Instead of a plastic bag, I got a rain suit. I got the roof done, and these posts, and this small trim right there, and this, that post right there. I don't have a mini buffer, so I just used a drill. Is it the same as a mini buffer? I don't know. I just bought this kit and control the air and jerry rigged this handle out so I can have control of it, because the first time I used it, it got away from me because I never used it. So I got foam buffing pads. I bought a 6-inch pad and just made these 3 out of 6. 3 inches, made 3 out of this 6-inch. Did the same thing as, because I couldn't find these in town and I needed them now because I didn't order them. So I just took a regular 3M pad and cut it to the 3-inch and then did Velcro on it. Swirl, polish, there you go. Okay. I'm finding out that I should be smarter, or maybe I'm just cheap, or, you know, maybe a lot of things. But it's kind of like this. When you go to the store and you buy green beans, for example, you got Fresh Like, and then you got the Meyer or Walmart green beans. Is there a difference? I'd have to say no, because green beans are green beans and they come out of the ground. I don't know. But anyway, when it comes to products like paint and clear and polish and stuff like that, there is a difference. You know, it takes me, in my opinion, it takes me longer to do it because it's not cutting as well or as fast. And then this is the goes around the front grill. Got dirt on it already. Seems like once you polish, you get dirt like crazy. I hooked this, jerry rigged this thing up so it don't flop all over, because I made a jig so I could have both hands on the mini buffer, because it's a little bit different than a 7-inch buffer, in my opinion. You know, and God knows there's people out there that will tell me that I don't know what I'm doing, which that is very fine, and you're probably true, and I'm happy for you. And why are you watching my videos? Anyway, first time I used the buffer, I didn't get pictures of it, but I burned it. I burned it right there in the edge, and I burned it right there in the edge. So I went back with an airbrush, and I was able to airbrush the white in, and then kind of blend the pearl and the metal flake. Now, basically, metallic is the same as metal flake. Metal flake is just bigger, in my opinion. Could be wrong. But when you have metallic in paint, you know, you buy, say, silver metallic paint. The metallic is in the paint. So when you spray it, if you have deep scratches, for example, or if you don't have the air pressure right, or things like that, it will, your metallics will bunch together, or they won't bunch together and they'll make dark spots, which is called modeling. There's a gentleman that said that I got modeling on truck. I'm going to touch on this subject for a minute and call it a day. How I just explained modeling is different than metal flake, because metal flake is bigger and it's not mixed in the paint, it's in a color binder that it's a carrier, and the metal flake is spread out farther. So there's no way that you could model it because the metal flakes are so spread out. Now, can you model candy? Yes. You can make it streaked. Pearl? I don't know. because pearl's weird, because when you look at something, you only see pearl on an angle. So can you model pearl? I don't know. Let's see, like right there. Okay, so when you start going up, it keeps following, and then this is still white, and this. So can you model pearl? I don't know. Anyway, this stencil thing, there's a gentleman that asked how I did it, and I thought it was self-explanatory, but I've asked questions and I should have known the answer or whatever. So gentleman asked questions, so I answered for him. Pass it on. All this is you can see a design cut into it. This is just airbrush mask. It's a vinyl. That's all it is. It's a little bit different than some vinyl. Some vinyls stretch. This is kind of a little bit thicker. Anyway, you go to your local, I don't know, sign place or place to make stickers or whatever, and they go through a book and they have a, I don't know, whatever in a computer, and they cut it out with a digital cutter. Okay, you take that, and then you take 3M application tape, which is kind of tacky, or you can use, here's clear application tape, which works better on some things, and I'll show you what I mean. Commercial break. So you take the application tape and you lay it, if this was the stencil, but I'm gonna use this as a stencil, you lay it on and you press it, and if you want it in a certain spot, what I do is I take this, I tape it down. So when I pull this back, it's called picking. Sometimes it doesn't want to lift up very well. So you gotta, and I'm doing it on a dirty surface. So you take the backing off. See, now it's going to go in the same spot, because, you know, if I was going to do it, I would put masking tape here. So then you just spread this down. Try to get the air bubbles out. Of course, you don't go in the middle and go out. You go from one edge to the other. Then you just peel this back at 180. And then I just represented that I cut it with a razor blade, but if this was the pattern, then this is called picking. And then you would just you would, well, of course, you know, whatever, you'd have the, it won't go all the way through, but you would just spray that in there. I would use the airbrush. It works a lot better. That is one shot and it leaves brush strokes, and that's fine. But if, how do I say, if you put too much, because the one shot paint you need to reduce, and when you put it on with the brush, if you put too much on, it will bridge. If you put the paint here, it will bridge again, like over this, and if you peel this up, sometimes it'll peel up. Or if you make the paint too thin, then it'll be light right here, then you have to go over it again, and you'll see that it's not a consistent brush flow, if that makes any sense. Now this was done with an airbrush. Let me turn the light on for you. It's just a cleaner application. It's just easier. And the reason I did this with one shot, to tell you the truth, is because one shot you don't have to clear. Now if I would have airbrushed it, I would have had to scuff the whole thing and re-clear it. And it would have been better, I guess, to protect it, but Ed Roth used to just pinstripe on top of paint right at the drag strip, so it was the easiest way to do it, so that's why I did it, and I guess that covers that. Yeah. Let me just think. And a gentleman was saying that, I use the term gentleman loosely. Because I find that there's people out there that want to help you, And there are people that just think that they're the best and they want to ridicule you, which that's fine. I mean, we've all been ridiculed, we've all been put down, a lot of stuff has happened to us, you know. It's not cool, or it doesn't make you feel good when people ridicule you. But he was saying that I couldn't make a panel straight. Okay, you might be right. And that my vehicle looks like a house of mirrors, which means that the light is distorted everywhere on it. That's what he's stating. I'm not saying I'm pro body man, but I'm just saying that the gentleman doesn't know what he's talking about. And I'm trying to keep this family friendly with my words. You know, did I miss a spot there? I don't think I missed a spot. I think somehow maybe this, when I was on the roof, I leaned against it, which would be a dumb move, but that's the only thing I could think of, is maybe I had it on the side and I dented it a little bit, which is a boner move. But and it's funny that the people that ridicule you the most, they're not even trying anything. The gentleman claims that he's a pro body man, and that when he watches my videos that it depresses him. You know, this is what I'm thinking, and I'm trying to keep it family friendly, because you guys know I can be a nasty person. Is that if you don't like what I'm doing, or if you think my work sucks, which I already stated that, because I do. I think every painter, body man, to a certain extent, thinks his work sucks because he sees his own flaws, and most people don't see them. But any body man or painter, of course they want to get better. Are all body men and painter hypocritical about their work? I don't know. I think if you work at Mako, I don't think you're hypocritical. But if anybody does anything, if they start building a house or build cupboards or do body work, they're not the best right from day one. So for this gentleman to come on my channel and say that it's modeling, which is bullshit, it tells me he doesn't know what he's talking about, because he stated that I want to be as good as he is. Okay, that's his opinion. Everybody has one. So I guess because I'm not as good as him, I shouldn't try, because I'm not good as him. So my results ain't as good as his is going to be, quote unquote. So that depresses him. What doesn't really make sense is that was he shot out of his mother's womb knowing how to paint and do body work? Apparently he was, because he's the best in the fucking West. So basically he doesn't want me or anyone else to try to do anything. So if you're going to ridicule somebody for trying something, it's better than sitting on the sidelines. So the good and the bad. And I hate when this happens, but it does happen. To me, anyway. You got a fine little scratch there. It's the part I don't like, is it's really hard to see if you really actually got the scratch out. It's hard for me. So what you have to do is then you have to buff it, and hopefully the scratch went away. If not, you just got to do it again. Next.